And first we have Annette. And I love Annette. I love almost everything about Annette's post-time skip. I love her long kind of white dress. She's got off-white dress, I should say. I love her kind of orange shawl she has around her shoulders with the blue inside tint that matches her kind of other blue accents and kind of blue at the bottom of her dress. And it like almost seems like she matches Felix a little too well. Like the character designer was like, no, they're gonna be together. Like you should match these two characters together. But I think overall it fits her personality really well. Because I expected kind of like stereotypical Fire Emblem mage outfit. And she kind of just came out looking like this. And I really appreciate it. But then we have Ash. And Ash I'm very like conflicted and confused on. Because I really miss his floofy, kind of spiky anime hair. My favorite attribute of his was his little spiky floofy hair. So I'm very upset he got rid of it. And I'm not sure how I feel about this like blue and purple scheme he has going on. I'm just not quite sure where the purple came from. I'm not sure if they kind of just chose it because it matches well with the blue. 'Cause it doesn't look ugly, especially if you're keeping him with the Blue Lines run. It matches like the Blue Line House theme, but it just, it's just I would do something a little different personally. Something is just unappealing to me and I'm not a big fan of it, so I'd give it the meh rating. And next we have Bernie, or Bernadetta. And while the actual outfit I'm kind of meh on, I'm just kind of more proud of Bernie for this whole design outlook. Because before, she had the shaggy hair and like she had the kind of jacket underneath the school uniform. And you can kind of tell she's just kind of trying her hardest not to stand out. And I'm really kind of just proud of her that she is clearly coming out of her shell with this kind of outfit. She's kind of showing off of who she really is. And I'm really am digging her little golden arm designs that she has. I'm not too sure about the short skirt / like skirt jorts thing she has going on. I don't think it'd really match her, but I really like her hair. As much as I love her floofy hair, I really do kind of like this longer cut look. So I'm gonna give her a quite alright rating. Alright, now we have Kaspar, and I'm kind of very biased against Kaspar, and I am sorry for Kaspar lovers, but I could never really like his character. I kind of thought he was a little bit too loud for my liking.
I'm not finished with you. I am Kaspar!
A little bit too all bark and no bite for my liking. And the fact that his name is Kaspar, and I keep wanting to say Kaspar, like Kaspar the Friendly Ghost, not a fan. However, his post-time skip look does get a major upgrade because of the hair. He is rocking this kind of undercut, and I love undercuts. I am weak for undercuts. So just the very fact that he has that is an automatic plus 18 in my book. But he's also kind of filled out body-wise, because pre-time skip he was always kind of like this skinny kid talking about how he wants to be super strong, he wants to beat everybody, but he, like I said, he was all bark and no bite just because he didn't look it. But thankfully, 5 years later, he seems to have filled out a little bit, and his armor, as slightly odd as it is, that it's only centered on his shoulders and immediate front area, and not like his sides that are also vulnerable. I do kind of like the overall look. I really like the color scheme to match his house. His little kind of darker blue accents go well with his hair to give it more, so he's not a walking color red, which I appreciate. I just kind of give it an overall pretty good glow up out of 10. Now we have Claude. And I love everything, almost pretty much everything about Claude's post-time skip outfit. I'm a little upset he slicked back his hair. I was kind of digging the slightly more ruffled look he had going on pre-time skip. However, he does very well not matching blacks on top of another color, because a lot of people in this game love black and gray with a different color accent, and Claude's different. He's like, no, I'm going to match this kind of light tan with this bright golden yellow, and what kind of looks like this kind of sash he has, maybe like around his kind of waist with those little Christmas ornaments that I like to call them. that are just kind of a fun little perk. But I love it. I love the shoulder pad kind of royalty. I love the Leicester Alliance symbol he's got on his other shoulder. I love how fucking badass he looks. I love his boots. I love his gloves. Claude's a who decided to make this man this hot out of 10. Dudu is another one I'm super kind of conflicted on because the main thing that sticks out to me for his design is his fucking shoulder pads, and I hate how much his shoulders stick out. It's so bulky for no quite reason. I know he's kind of like more the tank character, but I'm not a fan of just buffing up your dudes as much as possible. That said, his hair is a lot better than his pre-time skip. Again, he kind of has like a buzz cut, but he also kind of like the middle part just kind of tied up in a ponytail, which I like. I love his kind of Dusker themed scarf he has, with his little pendant off to the side. I would love to own a little Dusker scarf like that, so if anybody wants to make one, I will perfectly be willing to buy one. I will be willing to buy one on the spot if I can see a good Dusker scarf. Honestly, there's not a whole lot to say about his design otherwise. It's mostly just decked in silver for his knight, and with his Dusker accents with a scarf and the occasional blue like on his shoulder pads. He's pretty okay, but it's just, man, those shoulders are way too wide for my liking. He would clock me in the head and I'd get knocked the fuck out. So I'm gonna give him a lighten the shoulder pads out of 10. Dimitri Alexander Blythe. Dimitri looks great. And I know people will disagree with me on this, but I love it. I dig the feral animal he is. His hair is arguably better than his pre-time skip. I think most people can agree. I do like his New Game Plus hairstyle a lot more, kind of like the half updo, but this isn't bad. He keeps it simple, black and blue, which is fine and matches him perfectly fine. He's got kind of like the armor is black with some dark blue highlights on it within like the shins. And then he's got the really, really fuzzy cape that kind of looks like he's skinned like a bear and he's wearing it. But it is very royalty, it's very kingly, and very feral, and it kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones. He has a very Game of Thrones vibe, and I like it. Plus the eye patch is always a good touch. So I'm going to give it a good feral king out of 10. Alright, Dorothea? I would date Dorothea. Dorothea is someone that if she hit on me and she asked me to go to a date with, I would absolutely do it. Because she looks rocking in this post-time skip outfit. Admittedly, it is kind of weird that she has this kind of opera dress going to war. However, like knowing she's not quite on the front lines, or at least she shouldn't be, it's a little more forgivable. But I love her earrings. I love her hairstyle, even if I do miss her hat that she had pre-time skip. I really like the kind of how it poofs out once you get to like the wrists. I like her little corset. I love the color scheme of like the silver and the almost pink but not quite kind of look she's got going on. She's got several different reds with blacks, and she's got a high collar, and it's great, and she looks seductive, and I give it a would date out of 10. Alright, Edelgard. So, lots of red. Lots and lots of red. It matches. I don't mind it. It's just, it sticks out a lot. It's kind of like Claude, where Claude has lots and lots of yellow, and Edelgard has lots and lots of red. But I do really like her kind of crown. It's not even a crown. I do like her kind of horns she has. It's very fierce. There's a very big comparison to Rhea you can make kind of with her headpiece. But I really like it. And I dig the kind of military boots she's got going on. I dig the gold accents and the white underneath her cape to kind of give it a little offset so it's not too much red all at once. She screams, "Don't fuck with me," with this design. And I will not fuck with her. I will not fuck with my Emperor, even if she's not my favorite character. So I'm going to give it a truly crimson flower out of 10. Alright, Felix. I adore Felix's post-time skip outfit. I'd argue he is my favorite post-time skip outfit. It's just so aesthetically pleasing on a surface level. His hair, if you don't know how to do your hair and you have longer hair, look to Felix, because I absolutely love it. Cause it's kind of like he's got kind of like several comb overs kind of going on, but it all kind of ties together in the back of the short ponytail. But his teal kind of outfit goes perfectly well with his hair, goes perfectly well with kind of his aesthetic of the blue lines. He offsets it really well with his kind of brown sashes. And unlike Cyril, his sashes seem to have a use, because he's got 2 belts, but he's also got 2 swords. And then he has the one over his shoulder, kind of protecting his left shoulder, protecting his left shoulder. And then on the back, he kind of like has this cape, which is I personally would have gone without the fuzzy cape, but it's not something I'd be too upset about, so I really like it, and Felix is a please date me out of 10. It's time for Ferdinand Von Ire.
I am Ferdinand Von Ire.
The man, at first I hated his look. At first I hated it, because I was just like, what the fuck is this? The blue and the kind of like the brownish gold and the red and the orange in his hair. I'm like, what is this? However, looking at it more, it screams Ferdinand Von Ire. It's very noble, it's very pompous, it's very out there, it's very kind of look at me, and that's very kind of who Ferdinand is. And can I say the word very more? I don't think I can. I like his longer hair better than his shorter, just because he pulls it off well. What else can I say? I dig the thigh-high steel boots he's kind of got going on. I'm not a fan of this, like, whatever the fuck it is on his fucking chest. It's not a tie, but you know what it is. It's a fancy kind of thing nobles wear. I'm not a fan, because I'm like, that's kind of like a classy thing you wear, a going to dinner with your date kind of thing you wear. You're not going to war, man. Come on, Ferdy. But I really like his belt buckle. I don't know. I like the design of the belt buckle. It just stuck out to me for some reason. And I'm just now noticing that his, like, arm guards are both silver and, like, a brown. I don't know why he decided to dual it up, but if you can't get one color, why not get both? So I'm gonna have a Ferdinand Von Ire out of 10. If someone could explain to me what Hilda is doing with her outfit, that would be great. Because it's not ugly. It's nothing special. I'm really not sure what I could say about it. But, like, why this outfit? Besides the fact that she likes the color pink. Is there a reason? Is there a reason she just wanted the corset that looks like she has kind of like a bra that's separate from the corset? And the poofy arms with the poofy gloves? Is it just because she's a noble? Maybe. I'm not sure what to say about Hilda. Hilda's meh. Hilda gets a meh, please move on out of 10. Hubert. Hubert is my guy. Hubert and I have a very weird relationship where I hated his character at the beginning and I thought he was just a meme. And now I'm kind of simping over him. Not quite as much as other characters, but like he's definitely in my top 5. And I 100% contribute that to his haircut. Because pre-Timeskip, Hubert looked like a drowned rat. And no one can argue different. However, post-Timeskip, Hubert just kind of trimmed it up a little bit. Still has the comb over the right eye, but it's not quite as evasive as what it was before. It's not quite as noticeable, and you can definitely tell he has 2 eyes as opposed to before, where you're like, does his right eye exist? I don't know. But now you do know it's there. And now he looks like a rat prince instead of a drowned rat. And I appreciate it. And I love the stupid fucking Dracula outfit he's got going on. He decided that he's scary, so he's gonna go for the popped collar, the high popped collar, in fact. He's gonna go for the long cape. He's gonna go for the gray and the black to blend in with the shadows and the red undertones underneath his cape to show that he is of the Adrestian Empire and he is Edelgard's servant. And he's my guy. And it's great. I'm gonna give him a What We Do in the Shadows out of 10. Someone take Ignatz and take him to a clothing store and get him fucking changed right now, because I fucking hate Ignaz's post-time skip design. I don't know what this is. It's so much green. And it's like the bad kind of so much green. It looks like he just came out of like the forest. It looks like he's a forest nymph. And I hate it. And his like quill he has on his left side going up kind of past his shoulder. What is that? Why is that there? Is it because he's an artist? He's an artiste? He loves the arts? But it's like the opposite of what his character is. His character is kind of more softer. He's kind of more polite. And this screams like, look at me. I am like, look at me, I'm the artist. But that's not who he is pre or post time skip. So I don't know why he decided to go like this. I don't know. It looks like he's wearing 8 layers of clothing. Why do you need to wear 8 layers of clothing? What is this striped green sash you have? There's no reason for that to be there. What do you, the fingerless gloves? The tie you've got going on? Like, what? His hair? Someone fix this boy. It's not good. He's a bad forest nymph out of 10. This is the good, lots of green. Ingrid also has lots of green, but unlike Ignaz, she pulls it off because it's not just green. You have this emerald green underneath this teal, underneath this silver, plus you have her blonde hair. So it's very a light color palette, and I actually kind of like it. I like her hair a lot more now than the pre-time skip. It seems to be a running trend of liking post better than pre, but whatever. I'm just not a big fan of like the long braided look. That's just me. She got the cape, kind of makes it look like a badass. No real reason to have it, but I appreciate it regardless. I would also appreciate if she had armor like covering her entire torso and not leaving her most vulnerable organs like just out to the public, but she is at least wearing armor, which is more than I can say about other Fire Emblem female characters, especially like Pegasus Knights, or just like riders in general. Not a big fan of the skirt she's got going on, but I'm also impartial to skirts in general. So, with having that said, she's not a racist out of 10. Leonie looks like she's trying so hard to be a Pokemon trainer in just any kind of Pokemon game with the harsh orange and the harsh kind of darker reds. And someone explained to me why she's wearing like black booty shorts. Because girl, what the fuck you doing? I don't mind the hair. I certainly, it's not, I kind of like your shorter hair better, but I certainly don't mind the dead mom haircut. But oh my god, she looks like a Halloween decoration. I can't do it. You have to be very careful mixing oranges and reds like this, and she was very much not careful, especially with the blacks. Oh my god. She looks like a Nightmare Before Christmas character. I can't do it. -2 pumpkins out of 10. Linhart is a fashion disaster. Oh my god. It's hard to look at this motherfucker. God, what happened to you? Pre-time skip, I loved Linhart's design. I loved his stupid little beat haircut, and now he's grown it out, and it does not look good. At least it doesn't frame his face very well. And he's got this weird jumper outfit where it looks like it's all just one piece with a fucking jacket on top, and it's, again, just like Ignaz, it's so green and blue. It's so much of one color. And he's got a belt for no fucking reason. Actually, I think it's a satchel. I don't know what that is, but it's unnecessary. I don't mind the little noble kind of chain he's kind of got going on. I appreciate that. But oh my god, I cannot get over the fact that this is like a fucking jumper. Do not wear jumpers to war. Just don't. It just looks bad. It looks like he's trying to be cosplay as like an anime conductor. And it's not working out. You're a crest scholar, my guy. Fix yourself. He's a I don't even know what to name him. I'm not ranking Linhart. I can't do it. I can't rank this one. We're continuing on this fashion disaster train because then we have Lorenz. I don't know what to say about this. What do I say about this? His hair is slightly better. It's still absolutely insane and it's ridiculous, but it's much better than whatever the fuck he had in pre-time skip. But I guess he's the purple guy. He's that guy. He's that guy that really likes purple, and no one likes to be that guy. And before, I liked his rose on his kind of chest, because it was like a school uniform, but now the fact that it seems to be like engraved on his armor is kind of weird, and I would not like that. And it seems like he lost the bottom half of his armor because he just decided to put plain old white pants on, which is weird. Why would you do that? He looks like a clown. I'm sorry. He's got like leaves on him, especially kind of like by his shoulders. Or not his shoulders, fuck me. Especially by his elbows. He's kind of got like some leaf designs. Not quite sure where that's coming from. The half armor look with the white pants that are not armored at all. What? He's a -5. I'm sorry, Lorenz. You're fucking awful. -5 out of 10. Alright, then we have Lysithea. I actually kind of like Lysithea's design. It's also very purple, like Lorenz, but unlike Lorenz, she knows how to match it with other colors. And she has a lot of white to match her hair. And I really like this kind of veil she has around the back of her hair, because it frames her hair, kind of like saying like, hey, look at me, but in a way of like, she's accepting of her life and kind of like what's happened to her, and like this is just who she is. And I really like that. She's just kind of like styling it. And I'm not quite sure what these little clips are in her hair, but I also kind of dig them because they do match her collar one really well. And it's simple yet effective, you know. I'm gonna give this a good Death Knight killer out of 10. Alright, then we have Marianne. I don't have a whole lot to say about Marianne. I do like her kind of colors, but I'm also very biased towards blue. Blue is just kind of a color I think always looks well, and she's kind of like, the light blue is the main with like kind of the dark blue on top, with kind of like the brown gold accents, which is good. I really like her hair, her like braid she has over top. She's good. She's soft. It's simple. She kind of looks like a common girl in a fantasy anime. So if you see her walking around, that's kind of where she is. So I'm gonna give her 6 isekais out of 10. Alright, now Mercy had that church glow up, and I think we all can agree. She went full on nun, and I kinda love it. As much as I'm not a religious person, I kinda love it. I really am happy she got rid of the dead mom haircut, because we can only have one dead mom haircut per project, and Leonie already has that covered, so she decided to cut off her hair, and she kind of has this bob cut now, and I really like it, especially with the purple earrings. And she, once again, like Lysithea and like Marianne, looks like she could be a common folk in a fantasy anime. And she looks like she could be a common folk now, which is like in 3 houses, which is very true to what she wants to be as a character, because she's not big on crests anyway. I really like the nun milkmaid outfit she kind of has going on. I like her veil with the hat. I like the brown tans, muted colors, kind of is a good dichotomy between all the fucking bright colors of purples and greens and oranges we got with everyone else. So I like it. I'm gonna give it 3 Hail Marys out of 10. Petra is odd, because it seems like she's got a lot going on that I'm not a big fan of having so much going on. However, it matches her cultural background, I think. She has a lot of colors. She's got kind of like the reddish purple, she has the orange, the brown, the green, the yellow, plus her skin tone color. She's got a lot going on, but because there's so much going on, it works. I'm not sure how else to describe it. She's embracing her roots, and I'm cheering for her. So I'm going to give her a Brigid Pride out of 10. Alright, Raphael, he is definitely better. I hated pre-Raphael Timeskip. Like, pre-Timeskip Raphael, hated him. Didn't like it. Wear a shirt that fits. It seems like he's taken that to heart, and he now wears shirts that fits. So I really appreciate that. The hair, I really like better than the pre-Timeskip. I like the sideburns. I like the slightly longer in the back. Business in the front, party in the back kind of got going on. Also kind of muted tones, kind of like Mercy has. A little more yellow than she has. But it works. I'm not entirely sure what this fucking silver shit is on his arm, because it's not protecting his shoulder or his elbow. So I'm not quite sure why he's got that. I also don't know why he necessarily thinks it's a good idea to wear what looks like a yellow kitchen apron underneath his armor. Channel his house husband self, I guess. It's aesthetically pleasing, but does not work when broken down. So I'm gonna give him a a decent kitchen duty out of 10. Sylvain has me conflicted also, because on one hand I really like his outfit, or his just design in general, because I love his kind of like slick back parted hair he's got going on. I dig the dark silver, or I guess I should say dark gray armor with the blue and red tints. I'm not a fan of this thigh-high armor leggings. That way it frames his goddamn penis. I don't know why. He's grown past that by this point in the story. At least he should have been. So I'm not... That's kind of bringing it down a lot for me. I don't need the emphasis on his dick. However, the rest of him is peachy keen. So I'm going to give him a few dates before I break up with him at a 10. Flayn, bless her heart, doesn't change pre or post time skip. Thank God. She's cute. That's all I really gotta say. I like her curls. Very Fire Emblem Fates-esque. I like her little hair clips. I like to imagine Sedith gave those to her for a gift. She's small. She shall be protected. She's got kind of like the standard Officers Academy uniform, but it's a little different with like how poofy her arms are and her little white neck bib shit thing. I'm that bad at clothing. It's not because I'm slightly tipsy, I promise you. I'm just that bad. She's cute. I like it. I give her 20 fishes out of 10. Speaking of Sedith, I am also very biased towards him because he is the 10 out of 10 character in Three Houses. He's the one I would like to marry on every route if possible. He's a DILF. I love him. He looks like a Harry Potter professor. So, I mean, what else do I say? I like his haircut. I like his little forehead, whatever the fuck thing he's got up there. I'm not a big fan of his cape little thing he's got going on. I'm not sure why he really needs that, but at the same time, it matches his Harry Potter professor aesthetic very well, because Rhea is also very, like, extra. And I kind of get it. He is kind of in a position of power, so you gotta be a little extra for the people. But he's great. So I give him 2,800 DILFs out of 10. Alois, he's pretty simple. He's just a standard knight, lots of armor. He looks like he's gonna skewer me alive with his left shoulder. Put that away. You don't need that. Who do you think you're intimidating with that? Stop it. Why is it always over the left shoulder? Not the right. I don't understand. But I do like his cape with the Seiros emblem on the back, the Church of Seiros. I like his slick back hair. I'm not a big fan of his mustache. Facial hair thing. Kind of a bit of both. Honestly, it looks like they're just quotation marks. It looks like they're brackets. It looks like everything he's saying is in brackets because it's a fucking facial hair. Not a fan. Someone give this man a proper shave. But everything else is pretty okay. I give him 18 skewers out of 10. Alright, now I want to talk about Rodrigue, too. I want to talk about Rodrigue because Rodrigue is like my favorite side character of this game. His facial hair is a hot mess, just like Alois. Arguably worse, honestly, because at least Alois seemed to be, like, grown out more. Rodrigue doesn't know how to work a razor. However, I really like his hair. His overall outfit matches Felix's pretty well. I don't think that was intentional between the two of them, considering their relationship. But he's got a simple, kind of noble, long outfit. I really like his cape. It matches... his little crest. I like his little crest logo that's kind of clasping his cape together on his shoulders. It's a nice little touch. And I like the gloves, so teal and the green and the white with the hair matches Felix. Good crest, horrendous facial hair. I'm gonna give him a 6 Rodrigues out of 10. Female Blythe is a hot fucking mess. I don't know what was going through anybody's head when they made her. There's just so much going on at once. You have the cloak that isn't even really a cloak. And then you have her corset thing with the belly window, but then you have her tights, and then you have the one shin guard, and then you have like this kind of pink accent kind of thing, metal shit in the middle of her chest to kind of make you look at her boobs. And it's a lot. If they could just get rid of like 1 or 2 things, then it'd be fine. Like I personally kind of like the tights. It's kind of like a statement, but I kind of like it. But I'm not a fan of the coat because it's not even a coat. It's like a weird coat that someone put slits in, and her arms don't even go all the way through. They kind of just jut out halfway, and I kind of hate it. Get rid of the coat. -10 coats out of 10. Male Blythe is a little better, just because he has a little less going on. However, it does also look like he's wearing 13 layers of clothing, which is very uncomfortable, and he still has that ugly fucking coat. Get rid of the coat. Male or female, I do not care. You don't have to be have a coat to be a professor. Coats are not required for dress code as a professor. Unlike with the female Blythe, he still has the one shin guard. I guess the right shin just doesn't matter to either of them. I don't know, get rid of the coat. Get rid of one of his under layers, because it looks like he's wearing 13 different goddamn layers. And he's pretty okay, so I'm going to give this one a silent pro tag out of 10.